Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. Today we will be presenting about how does teacher quality influence the teaching and learning process in attaining the educational aspiration. But before that, let us introduce ourselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Amirul Azim. Welcome to our presentation. I hope you enjoy our presentation and hope that presentation will be beneficial to all of us. Enjoy!
Alright, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haris Labi Azaman, and today, me and my group members, that is Amirul and Muiz, will be presenting and explaining about some topics about educational of Malaysia. So we hope that this presentation will be beneficial to all of us, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. My name is Muhammad Muisrifan and I'm from PISMP 2429. I'm in class TESOL A.
Now let's get back into it. Before we go through our presentation, we need to know what is a teacher. Do you know what teacher is? Well, according to Cambridge Dictionary, a teacher is someone whose job is to teach in a school or college. Teachers are not only teachers according to a syllabus or academically, but also someone who teaches the students about the world, leads and guides them in their life. In another word, they are teachers are mentors, or some might say second parents. Now you know what a teacher is. Now let's look at what is their contribution. What do they contribute in our life? What do they do? Let's get into it. The first teacher's contribution would be personal growth and character building. Teacher instill values like responsibility, empathy, and perseverance in our students. They encourage confidence and self-discipline and serve as mentor who guide students throughout challenges. Next would be knowledge and skills development. Teachers provide essential education in subjects like math, science, language, and the arts. Teachers teach practical skills such as problem solving, communication, and critical thinking. They prepare students for higher education and career opportunities. Next, teachers contribute in social and emotional development of students. They teach students about teamwork, leadership, and conflict resolution. Teachers also foster a sense of respect, inclusion, and diversity. Teachers also provide emotional support and encouragement for the student whenever the student have some problem. Next would be economic and workforce contribution. Teachers equip students with the skills needed for the job market. They also contribute to a knowledgeable and skilled workforce and inspire innovation and creativity and driving economic progress. Finally, teachers' contribution in community and societal impact. They promote lifelong learning and civic responsibility. They also raise awareness about important social issues towards the students. They also strengthen the communities by shaping future leaders and responsible citizens. Now that you know about the teachers and what do they contribute in our life, we need to look at our educational aspiration and what does it have involved with teachers. Let's get into it. Before that, we need to look at our Malaysia educational blueprint from 2013 to 2025. Our Malaysian Educational Blueprint 2013 to 2025 was launched in 2013 in order to review Malaysia's educational system and develop a transformation plan. It is to improve our education quality, equity, and efficiency while preparing students for the 21st century. The main objectives of Malaysia Educational Blueprint is to assess current performance and challenges, set a vision for education over the next 13 years, and outline transformation strategies for systemic changes for the student and teacher. Now we shall see about our education system aspiration. There are five things in this education system. The first one would be access. All the children deserve the access to education in order to help them to achieve their potential. The goal of this is to achieve 100% enrollment from preschool to upper secondary by 2020. So how does teacher quality impact this? Engaging and engaging and approachable teachers can help reduce dropout rates by making learning more enjoyable. Teachers who identify students struggling academically or emotionally can provide early intervention. This can prevent from students from leaving school. And inclusive teaching strategies ensure that students with different abilities or learning needs can still access quality education. A highly skilled teacher ensures that every student feels welcome and encouraged to continue their education. The next element of education system aspiration would be quality in education. Beyond access, we must ensure that education is of higher quality. Our goal is to have Malaysian students perform in the top third of international assessment like TIMSS or PISA within 15 years. Teacher quality is critical here because well-trained teachers use modern, interactive teaching methods that go beyond memorization. Teachers who focus on critical thinking and problem-solving help students perform better in assessment. Professional development ensures that teachers stay updated with the latest teaching strategies and technology. Without quality teachers, even the best curriculum cannot be delivered effectively.
So, the next aspiration that we're going to discuss is equity. So, equity in education. Another challenge is equity. It is to ensure that all students, regardless of backgrounds, have equal opportunities to succeed. We must address three major gaps, which is the first one is urban rural gap. Rural schools often lack resources compared to urban schools. And the next one is socioeconomic gap, which is students from lower income families often struggles academically due to financial constraint. And the third one is the gender gap. Girls tend to outperform boys in many subjects, raising concerns about male student engagement. So, how do teachers help to close these gaps? So, the first one is to differentiate teaching methods to help teachers adapt lessons for students with different learning needs. And the second one is teachers who show patience and empathy can provide extra support for underprivileged students. And the third one is teachers can create a more inclusive learning environment that engage both boys and girls equally in all subjects. With the right teaching strategies, we can reduce this gap by almost 50%. Moving on to the next slide, which is the unity. A strong education system should also promote national unity by fostering a shared Malaysian identity among students of all backgrounds. However, many students primarily enroll in school of their own ethnic or religious group, which limits social interaction. So, what can the teachers do? A great teacher can encourage multicultural learning by integrating different cultural perspectives in lessons. And the second one is to organize cool activities that bring students from diverse backgrounds together. And the third one is to promote values of respect and understanding in the classroom. So, with the teachers playing an active role, students can develop a stronger sense of unity and national identity. So, moving on to the next slide, which is the efficiency. Efficiency. Finally, we must ensure that our education system is efficient, producing high student outcomes while making the best use of resources. So, teachers contribute to efficiency by using digital tools to enhance lesson delivery and optimizing lesson planning to maximize student engagement. And the last one is encouraging self-directed learning, so students take more responsibility for their education. By equipping teachers with the right tools and training, we can ensure efficient education delivery without additional costs. So now, the next slide, which is the 6 student aspirations. So, in addition to system-wide goals, we also aim to develop well-rounded students with 6 key aspirations. So, the first 2 aspirations are knowledge and thinking skills. So, what about knowledge? Every student must master literacy, numeracy, and general knowledge of Malaysia, Asia, and the world. So, teachers must strengthen core subjects while also promoting arts, music, and civic studies to the students. And the second one is thinking skills. Students must develop critical thinking, reasoning, and creativity. So, teachers must revamp lesson plans to encourage inquiry-based and hands-on learning for the students. So, that's the first 2 students' aspirations. So, moving on to the next 2 students' aspiration, which is leadership and bilingual proficiency. So, the third aspiration is leadership skills, which is students must develop resilience, teamwork, and emotional intelligence. Teachers should incorporate leadership opportunities in classroom activities and co-curricular programs. And the fourth one is bilingual proficiency. Every student must be fluent in Bahasa Malaysia and also English, with opportunities to learn a third language. So teachers must use interactive language learning methods to improve fluency for the students. And moving on to the next 2 aspirations, which is ethics and national identity. So, ethics and spirituality, which goes to the 5th aspirations, students must develop strong moral values and ethical decisions making skill. Teacher must integrate character education into daily lessons and encourage community service. So, for the last aspiration, which is the national identity, students must develop a strong sense of patriotism and appreciation of Malaysia's culture and history. Teachers should also promote the Rukun Negara and incorporate national heritage into their learning. Okay, so that's all for the aspiration, and now we are going to move on to the qualities of an excellent teacher for the national education system. So now that we understand how teachers are important in education, let's discuss what makes a great teacher. So the key qualities are strong subject knowledge and clear and engaging communication skills, innovative teaching methods, empathy and adaptability, and a good classroom management, and also commitment to lifelong learning. So what are the qualities of an excellent teacher? So the first and most important thing a great teacher must have is a great communication skills. So the teacher should clearly explain ideas using simple and engaging language so the students could understand them clearly. And the second one is to approach the subject in a more enjoyable way so the student will not get bored when they are learning in the classroom. And the third one is to communicate clearly and honestly. So what are the consequences of having great communication skills towards teaching and learning in the classroom? So if you want to relate it to the national aspirations education. The first one is in the aspect of access, the quality education for all. So we get a clear and accurate explanation, make learning accessible to all students, and it also helps students of all backgrounds to understand complex concepts easily. And for the next aspect is which is the unity, we get the strengthening national identity. So first we could encourage higher order thinking skills by promoting analysis and problem solving to the students. And the second one is we could enable students to apply knowledge beyond memorization, preparing them to real world challenges. And the third aspect, which is the equity, so bridging education gaps, so we get to adapt teaching for diverse learning needs, and we could also support underprivileged students with patience and empathy. And for the quality aspects, producing well-rounded students, so we get to engage lesson enhance so we get the engaging lessons enhance comprehension. I'm sorry. So the engaging lessons enhance comprehension and critical thinking, and the constructive feedbacks build confidence and also the communication skills between the students. So the last aspect for having great communication skills is the efficiency. So we could maximize the system performance. A clear communication improves student between student, teacher, and parent collaborations, and it also uses digital tools for effective lesson delivery. And that's for the consequences. So now we should discuss about how we could improve the quality of the teacher. So the first idea is to train in effective communication. So we should conduct regular workshops on public speaking or active speaking and non-verbal communication for teachers. The second one is to encourage two-way communication. Use student feedback mechanism to improve clarity and engagement. So we should ask the student before we move on to the next topic. The third one is to leverage digital tools. So we should incorporate visual aids, multimedia, and interactive platform to enhance lesson delivery. And the fourth one is so that's the three ideas that we could think of to improve our teachers' qualities. So what could we relate this to the national education aspirations? So the first one is in the access aspect. In the access aspect, we could ensure all students to understand lesson clearly, leading to equitable education. And for the quality aspects, we could get a stronger communication that enhance critical thinking and comprehension. And for the last aspect is efficiency. So by incorporating digital aids, we could get tools to make lesson delivery more effective for the students. So that's all from me. So I'll pass it to my friends.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haris Azama from TESOL A, and just now were my two group members, which is Muiz and Amirul, that has explained about the educational Malaysia blueprint. Alright, so I'll move on to the qualities of an excellent teacher and how it can be aligned toward the 5 aspiration Malaysia educational system. Alright, so I have chosen a strong subject knowledge of a quality teacher. Mastery of the subject matter to deliver accurate and in-depth content. The ability to relate complex concepts to real-life situations for better understanding, which means here, when the particular teacher has much more understanding toward subjects, they can explain it more truthfully toward their students. This will help their students' understanding and wanting to know more about the particular subjects, and this will make the class more engaging and more interesting. Alright, so what can we say that a strong subject knowledge can be aligned toward the 5 aspects of aspiration in Malaysia? Alright, for the first one, which is access, clear explanation and interactive discussion improve students' understanding. The second one, it encourages participation, ensuring inclusive education. The second one is unity, uses real-world and multicultural examples to help students appreciate different perspectives. The second one, it encourages respect for Malaysia's diverse cultural and historical backgrounds. The third one is equity, bridging education gap, adapts lessons to support struggling students while challenging high achievers, ensures fair learning opportunities, catering to diverse student needs. The fifth one is quality, encourages higher order thinking skills by promoting analysis and problem solving, enables students to apply knowledge beyond memorization, preparing them for real-world challenges. And the fifth one, which is efficiency, strong subject mastery leads to better classroom management and lesson delivery, saves time by preventing misinformation and ensuring effective student engagement. Alright, so what can we improve about this strong subject knowledge? Alright, encourage higher education, provide incentive for teachers to pursue master's or PhD degrees. The second one, continuous subject training, organize annual refresher courses and subject-based research for educators. The third one is interdisciplinary teaching approaches, train teachers to connect subject knowledge with real-life application. This is because when they try to connect subject with real-life application, they can deliver it to their students with much more understanding and much more engaging. The fourth one is access. Strong subject mastery leads to better explanation and student engagement. Unity. Teachers who use multicultural examples foster respect for diversity. And the last one, efficiency. Well-prepared teachers save time by avoiding miscommunication and misinformation. Alright, so next we'll move on to the quality of an excellent teacher, which is adaptability and creativity. What does it mean here is use different teaching methods for each student based on their need and style. Need changes anytime, new era and new method. COVID-19, e-classroom and online classes. Alright, so each students have their own weaknesses and have their own advantages and what so on. So the teacher have to make sure that all the students understand what they teach by using different teaching methods, because some students is able to understand really fast, but some of the students is a bit weak to understand particular subject. Alright, so how can this be aligned to the 5 aspects of aspiration of Malaysia? First, access. Adapts teaching strategies to fit different learning styles, visual, auditory, kinesthetics. Use creative teaching aids, games, storytelling, technology to make lessons engaging and accessibility. Unity. Integrates multicultural perspective in lessons, promoting respect for diversity. Create inclusive classroom activities that encourages collaboration and teamwork among students. Alright, the third one is equity. Modify lessons plans to support struggling students and challenges advanced learners. Use alternative assessments methods to fairly evaluate students with different abilities. The fourth one is quality. Encourage problem solving and independent thinking through creative approaches. The second one, incorporate real-world applications, making learning more meaningful and relevant. And the last one, efficiency. Adjust teaching method based on student progress, ensuring better learning outcomes, uses technology and innovative tools to enhance classroom efficiency and engagement. Alright, so what can be improved with this adaptability and creativity? Teachers' innovation programs encourage teachers to experiment with new teaching methods. Second one, integrate technology, provide training on online learning tools, gamification, and AI-powered educational platforms. The third one, flexible teaching methods, implement project-based learning, flipped classroom, and inquiry-based learning. The fourth one is access. Adapting to different learning styles ensures inclusive education. The fifth one, quality. Encourage problem solving and independent learning. And the last one is efficiency. Technology adaptation improves lesson effectiveness and engagement. Alright, so we'll move on for the third quality, which is patience and empathy. Understand that each student learns at a different paces, provide necessary support for their life, understanding their perspective, become their mentor, consider develop relationship. Because of what each teachers have to have a quality of patience and empathy, because some of the students might learn slow, so when the teacher has patience and empathy, the student will be much more engaging and want to learn more about the particular subject because they know that their teachers take time for them to understand and don't pressure the students. This will make the students be much more interesting and will be much more enjoyable to come to school every day, and every student will be much more engaging to study because of the teacher that is patience and empathy. So how can patience and empathy be aligned to the 5 aspiration aspects of educational of Malaysia? First, access. Support all students, especially those who need extra time to understand. Create a safe and comfortable learning environment. The second one is unity. Promote kindness, respect, and understanding among students. Encourage teamwork and positive relationship. The third one, give equity. Give extra attention to struggling students. Ensures fair treatment for all, regardless of background or ability. Make sure the teachers give extra attention to struggling students and don't compare each students which have weaker understanding and a bit slow to understand the topic. Make sure to give all of them same treatment. Quality. Encourage students to keep trying, building confidence and resilience. Help students feel valued, leading to better motivation and learning. Reduces for the efficiency, reduce the stress in the classroom, leading to better focus and discipline. The second one, build trust between students and teachers, improving communication. So what can be improved to make sure patience and empathy is in the quality of an excellent teacher? Emotional intelligence training. Provide teachers with counseling and student psychology workshops. The second one, personalized learning plans. Allow teachers to adjust lesson placing for struggling students. This is a good idea for students who are weak in particular subjects. So teachers can do a lesson plan so that they can understand more about the students and what do they need to improve and what do they need to work more about. Third one is supportive learning environment. Implement anti-bullying campaigns and safe spaces for students. The fourth one, access. Ensures all students receive the support they need. Equity. Extra attention for struggling students bridges learning gaps. And the last one, quality. Builds students' confidence and motivation. So all of these aspects is based on teachers that have a quality of patience and empathy will absolutely help students who are struggling, not just that, but also make the students much more enjoyable to come to school. Alright, so we'll move on to the next quality of an excellent teacher, alright, which is moral value. Each students have different and unique background, teaching about respecting each other and differences. Alright, so a particular teacher has to make sure they have moral values because each students have different backgrounds, so they have to understand their students too, not just they are from a rich family or poor family, so that they have moral value that they can share with their students. Alright, so what can be aligned for moral values towards the 5 aspirations of Malaysia? Right, the first one is access. Treat all students with fairness and respect. ensuring equal learning opportunities. The second one, lead by example, promoting honesty and responsibility in classroom. For unity, encourages respect for different cultures and traditions, fostering national unity. The second one is promote teamwork and kindness, creating a harmonious school environment. The third one is equity. The first, show compassion and understanding for students from all backgrounds, promotes fairness and inclusivity, ensuring no student is left behind. Quality, teaches student integrity, discipline, and respect, shaping good character, encourages ethical decision making and responsible behavior. Efficiency, instills a sense of responsibility, making students more disciplined and focused, build trust and strong teacher-students relationship, improving learning outcomes. So what can be improved to these moral values of a teacher? Ethics and character education. Incorporate moral values and social responsibility into every subject. Teacher as role model. Train teachers on leadership and integrity to set an example for students. The third one is community engagement. Encourage schools to organize social service programs to instill values. The fourth one is unity. Promotes respect for diversity and teamwork. The fifth one is equity. Ensures fair treatment for students from different backgrounds. And the last one is efficiency. Disciplined students create a better learning environment. Alright, we are at the end of the slide, which is the conclusion. What can we conclude is teacher quality plays a fundamental role in shaping the teaching and learning process, directly impacting the attainment of educational aspiration. Highly skilled and dedicated teachers enhance students' learning outcomes, foster critical thinking, and create an engaging and inclusive classroom environment. Their ability to adapt, inspire, and effectively communicate ensures that students receive quality education, equipping them with the knowledge and skills needed for future success. Ultimately, investing in teaching quality is essential for achieving national and global educational goals, as an excellent teachers serve as the driving force behind academic excellence and lifelong learning. What does it mean here is the quality of an excellent teacher, which I have explained before this, is really important for each teachers, because as we can see now, many teachers, like, they don't really have the qualities to be an excellent teacher. So we have to ensure that these teachers are well educated and have qualities to be an excellent teacher, so that the new generation outcome will be much more good, and they can be much more understanding, and excellent students will be made because of these teachers. Alright, that's all from us. Thank you.